Welcome back. You're watching The Agenda. Deputy Social Development Minister Ganief Hendricks will today engage the non-profit organization in Lenasia, south of Johannesburg. Now, many NPOs in Gauteng have raised the challenge of not being paid their subsidies by the Gauteng government, with some even forced to close. Now, Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lefusi was forced to meet with the NPOs in May this year over funding challenges experienced with the provincial social development department. Shelters, children's homes and disability organizations are among the organizations that have had to close down or cut services because of the funding delays. Here's SABC News Reporter Dludla with the latest for us. So, Calvin, what are some of the solutions to this funding issue that the Social Development Department is planning to implement?
Good morning to you, Mkolis, and good morning to the viewer at home. Yes, indeed, the Deputy Minister of Social Development, Mr. Ganief Hendricks, is here. We spoke earlier off the camera, and he did say that he is here to engage with NPOs and is willing to assist them with whatever issues or challenges that they are facing. Let me introduce him. Thank you very much, Deputy Minister, for your precious time. You are here today to engage with the NPOs. But before we deal with that, today earlier when you had an interview with another broadcaster, I saw a banner, a government banner from the social development, but you are here today. I can see that's written Al Jama'ah. So I just wanted to get a clarity from you. Are you here as a government representative or as a political party leader?
Look, I'm not sure. I'm here as Deputy Minister of Social Development. And as you know, the ward committee is a multi-party ward committee consisting of different political parties. They wanted to invite me for lunch to celebrate my appointment as Deputy Minister. So I told them, look, I'll come for lunch on one condition. I want you to also invite the NPOs in your hood, in your area, together with donors, because I know that Lenasia is one of the most generous communities, business communities that assist good causes. So I just felt that let me kill two birds with one stone. Let me honor the invitation to have lunch. Secondly, bring NPOs together and generous donors, because I know that NPOs have been battling. We've heard in Gauteng many of them have closed down, and that is now part of my mandate. And also, the clock is ticking. We have to eradicate poverty by 2030 in terms of the National Development Plan, which South Africa has committed to. So myself and the Minister, we're hitting the ground. I'm going to the streets all over the country. And I'm going to go to all political parties and tell them, bring your constituencies. Let me bring my Deputy Director Generals of my 6 branches to tell you what services we can offer. Let me hear from you what services you're not getting, so that I can put the Deputy Directors on the red carpet with the Minister.
I know you are failing you in this position. You were hired, or the President of the Republic announced you a few days ago. But do you know that if you roll up a government banner, Department of Social Development, and it's a conflict of interest because you are here for Al Jama'ah?
No, it's not a conflict of interest. We all have to work together, political parties, churches, mosques, government. We can't do it on our own. All of us will have to work together in order to eradicate poverty. And you know, the churches and the mosques play a very important role. We also have parliamentary constituency offices, and we have 1 year, and we're an extension of government. And it is our job to take matters of the community to Parliament and vice versa. So I know that there should be a separation of powers between the political party and government. We have a mayor in the city of Johannesburg. You haven't seen Al Jama'ah pushing their agendas in the work of the mayor. He's the only mayor that has not faced a corruption charge for the last 18 months. So that is the approach. We are not here to serve Al Jama'ah. We are here to serve all South Africans. That is my job as a Deputy Minister for Social Development. Poverty knows no political parties, knows no government departments. If we can't all work together, you must remember we've got a government of national unity. Whatever I do, I have to do in concert with at least 11 political parties. Find out what they promise their communities. But now I want to go to their communities, ask them to invite me. And if they put up their banners, I don't have a quarrel with that. And I am from the Department of Social Development. My staff brought along a banner. Yes. And I don't have a quarrel with that.
Okay. Let's talk about the reason why you are here. You are going to meet with the NPOs today. What is the message that you have for them?
Look, I'm coming here today to have a nice lunch. We're inviting NPOs and business people to sit together, to network, to see how business people can help these NPOs in this particular area. Charity begins at home. Many of these business people give charities outside the area, which is fine. But we need to let them know that charity begins at home, and the NPOs in Lenasia and Soweto and the surrounding areas, they need more support. They can't expect government to provide all the funding. And we also brought ambassadors. I've invited ambassadors to come that have a constituency in Lenasia. And we hope to hear from them to see how we can all work together. But at the end of the day, the aim is to deploy resources to NPOs, because without NPOs we are not going to eradicate poverty by 2030, and we'll have egg on our face.
When we spoke off the record, you spoke about the issue of corruption, and you promised that you are going to fight corruption within NPOs. What is your strategy? What is your plan?
Look, we have an executive mayor in Joburg, the largest metro in Africa, and there's been no charge of corruption against him. So we're very tough on corruption. And at the moment, I'm very concerned that we have 300,000 NPOs, and they issue the 6 and 18 certificates. But only a third of them submit their annual statement, submit their annual plans. The department hasn't been tough on them because we can't close them down, and what is going to happen to the services they provide. So we want to empower NPOs to be compliant, and by having audited reports, that will help reduce corruption. So it's very important that I also have a plan to rate NPOs like they'll rate the hotels, 1-star hotel, 2-star hotels. I know you will say, yeah, ministers stay in 5-star hotels, but that is in the handbook. So we are going to rate NPOs so that donors and also embassies, they can see, look, this particular NPO has got a 5-star rating, and this one has got only 1. So they deploy the funds to the NPOs that are most compliant, because that implies that there is the least corruption.
Thank you very much for your time.
It's a pleasure.
That was the Deputy Minister of Social Development, Mr. Ganief Hendricks. The reason why I'm asking him this question, Olisi, it's because when we arrived here, we saw a government banner from the Department of Social Development. He was having an interview with one of the a national broadcaster, and I was so amazed to see that, because when you can get inside here, you can see that the event is actually for Al Jama'ah, a political party that he is leading. So that is a conflict of interest. The person that I'm talking about, Olisi, he doesn't even have a month as the deputy minister, but this is what we are witnessing. Talking about why he is here today, he is saying he is here to engage with the NPOs. He is saying he is willing to assist them. He is saying he wants to hear what are the challenges or grievances that they are having. The event was supposed to start at 11. It's 20 to 12 now, which means we are late by almost an hour. But people are here. We will sit and wait for that briefing, and then we will be able to talk to him or other NPOs after the event. But for now, back to you in studio.
Calvin Dludla watching that story. Thanks for that update.